So I have not painted. I used to do some installation art. I haven't done much of that. Everything is clay. Clay is my #1 bae. Hi, I'm Zuzu. I'm a ceramic sculpture artist, and I live right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. My mom provided me with Sculpey as a kid, which is just like polymer clay, and I would just sculpt every animal I could think of and all of their accessories, like all of their babies, their bowls, outfits, I mean, everything that you could imagine, even so that my mom still has just bags of these animals that I sculpted. And I also had a really great art teacher whenever I was in kindergarten, 1st grade, and 2nd grade. Her name was Miss Bowitz. I just remember staying in with her at lunch, and she would give me materials, and I could just kind of go off and do my own thing and create my own worlds. I actually spent 12 years as an art educator, and so I always think about Miss Bowitz. About 6 years ago, I taught a summer camp at Pittsburgh Center for the Arts and Media, and as an incentive to teach classes there, you also get to take a class. And I just had a natural knack for sculpture. Really, my choice in sculpting animals is I'm really kind of creating this reflection back onto humans, because I do look at animals a lot as like representation of the human experience. This leopard in particular to me is very special. In 2019, I traveled to Bali, Indonesia, where I took a workshop at the Gaia Art Center. And I took a workshop with Alessandro Gallo, who is a pretty well-known ceramic sculpture artist. I needed to go on this journey to prove to myself that I could do it and that I could do it alone. And it was a really, really magical trip. It was just so empowering for me as a woman who, you know, like most people, have overcome many of obstacles, and to go on this trip all by myself. So for the first project in the workshop, I decided to do a leopard because I have always been a cat lover. They just really represent a lot of strength, silent strength to me, and that's something that I really identify with. I've realized as an artist, I like birds and rodents, and those tend to be a lot of the things that I do sculpt. But you know what? I think they're kind of underrepresented animals a lot of times. I think people think about pigeons or rats as like ugly, terrible creatures, but I think they're awesome and I love them, and especially rats. They're survivalists. So this white rabbit was inspired by the book Watership Down. This is the creation god rabbit. I chose to sculpt this one because I really like creation stories in themselves. I think every culture has some form of a creation story, and why not animals themselves? And so kind of speaking to my animals, reflecting back on us, our own human lived experiences. This is in that book's creation god. I learned just so much on this series. It's one of my favorite series, even to date, that I've ever done. And since I have done this, my sculptural abilities have just really taken off to a whole new level. I feel like I just keep evolving and just kind of honing in and perfecting my practice the more sculptures and artwork that I make.